The French educational system is highly centralized and organized, with many subdivisions. It is divided into 3 stages: primary education, secondary education, higher education. The following degrees are recognized by the Bologna process: license and licensed professional, master, doctorate. History. While the French trace the development of their educational system to Napoleon, the modern era of French education begins at the end of the 19th century. Jules Ferry, a minister of public instruction in the 1880s, is widely credited for creating the modern school by requiring all children between the ages of 6 and 12, both boys and girls, to attend. He also made public instruction mandatory, free of charge, and secular. With these laws, known as French Lubbers, Jules Ferry laws, and several others, the Third Republic repealed most of the fallow laws of 1850 to 1851, which gave an important role to the clergy. Governance. All educational programs in France are regulated by the Ministry of National Education. The head of the ministry is the Minister of National Education, one of the highest-ranking officials in the cabinet. As of July 2015, the minister is Najat Vallaud-Belkacem. The teachers in public primary and secondary schools are all state civil servants, making the ministère the largest employer in the country. Professors and researchers in France's universities are also employed by the state. At the primary and secondary levels, the curriculum is the same for all French students in any given grade, which includes public, semi-public and subsidized institutions. However, there exist specialized sections and a variety of options that students can choose. The reference for all French educators is the Bulletin officiel de l'éducation nationale, de l'enseignement supérieur et de la recherche, which lists all current programs and teaching directives. It is amended many times every year. In the metropolitan territory, the school year extends from early September to early July. The school calendar is standardized throughout the country, and is the sole domain of the ministry. In May, schools need time to organize the exams. In the overseas departments and territories of France, the school calendar is set by the local rector. Major holiday breaks are as follows: All Saints, 2 weeks around the end of October and the beginning of November. Christmas, 2 weeks around Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Winter, 2 weeks starting in mid-February. Spring or Easter, 2 weeks starting in mid-April. Summer, 2 months starting in early July. Primary education. Schooling in France is mandatory as of age 6, the first year of primary school. Many parents start sending their children earlier though, around age 3, as nursery classes are usually affiliated to a borough's primary school. Some even start earlier at age 2 in acute maternal or très petite section classes, which are essentially daycare centers. The last year of maternal, grande section is an important step in the educational process as it is the year in which pupils are introduced to reading. After nursery, the young students move on to primary school. It is in the first year that they will learn to write and develop their reading skills. Much akin to other educational systems, French primary school students usually have a single teacher who teaches the complete curriculum, such as French, mathematics, science and humanities to name a few. Note that the French word for a teacher at the primary school level is maître or its feminine form maîtresse. Secondary education. French secondary education is divided into 2 schools. The college for the first 4 years directly following primary school. The lycée for the next 3 years. The completion of secondary studies leads to the baccalaureate. Brevet des colleges. The brevet des colleges is the first official diploma a pupil has to sit. It is not required in order to enter lycée. Until 2006, the school marks for the whole of the third and final year were taken into account for a percentage of the mark. The rest of the mark consisted of the final exam, the brevet. Pupils were only tested on French, mathematics, history, geography, citizenship for the exam. Starting in 2007, only the marks from the final year were taken into consideration. Since 2011, pupils are tested on history of the arts, an oral test. Baccalaureate. The baccalaureate is the end of lycée diploma students sit in order to enter university, a class préparatoire, or professional life. It is generally taken at age 18 if the pupil has not repeated a class during secondary school. The term baccalaureate refers to the diploma and the examinations themselves. It is comparable to English, Northern Irish, and Welsh A-levels, the Irish Leaving Certificate, Scottish, New South Wales's Higher School Certificate, and the German Abitur. Many students sit for the theory-oriented Baccalaureate General, which is divided into 3 streams of study, called series. The Série Scientifique is concerned with the natural sciences, physical sciences and mathematics, the Série Économique social with economics, social sciences and mathematics, and the Série Littéraire focuses on French, foreign languages, philosophy, history, geography and the arts. However, these series are not exactly specializations, and every BAc possessor has the right to enroll at any public university in the catchment area if this applies to the subject they wish to apply for. Students having followed the L series do not have enough scientific knowledge from their secondary education alone to succeed in science university courses. Therefore, some combinations of baccalaureates and university courses are very rare. In the same way, students having followed the S series do not have enough literary knowledge to succeed in language or literature courses in university. There is also the baccalaureate technologique and baccalaureate professional. The former mixes theoretical and vocational training and prepares students for professional higher studies, whereas the latter focuses on vocational training and prepares students for a direct entry into the marketplace. Nowadays, most pupils are following these ones because they do not imply long studies, and not many pupils from this kind of baccalaureate are going to university. That's why Baccalaureate General is seen as more prestigious, and its pupils are formed to be the elite of tomorrow. International education. As of January 2015, the International Schools Consultancy listed France as having 105 international schools. ISC defines an international school in the following terms. ISC includes an international school if the school delivers a curriculum to any combination of preschool, primary or secondary students, wholly or partly in English outside an English-speaking country, or if a school in a country where English is one of the official languages, offers an English medium curriculum other than the country's national curriculum and is international in its orientation. This definition is used by publications including The Economist,